lab. So what we are going to do as a part of the lab is that we will have this FCFS algorithm. So first come first serve algorithm. So in this FCFS algorithm, one of the most primitive was to do it in a preemptive way. So when we are going to call it as a preemptive way, so we assume that we have process P0, process P1 and process P2, and the burst times for this is 24, this is 3 and 3. Then what we have made in that part of an algorithm was, so um, uh, we have taken up this Gantt chart. So in this Gantt chart, we were assigning P1 as a job, P2 as a job, P3 as a job. So first it occupies from 0 to 24, P0, followed by P2, that is 3 seconds 27, and P3. So sorry, this is P0, P1 and P2. This is P0, P1 and P2 here. So then it leads to 30. Then we have find out this waiting time, total waiting time. So when we call it as a waiting time, we assume this P has arrived at 0 and it has got a chance. Then for P1, uh, then for P1 we were telling that it is 24 because it has waited up to 24 here. Then P2 we mentioned that it is weighted up to 27 and 0. So then we computed as a average waiting time. So average waiting time, then we assumed it as 0 plus 24 plus 27 divided by 3. Similarly, we computed the turnaround time. So turnaround time. So how we computed is, it is job beginning to job submission. So then we take up as P1, and P1 it has arrived at 0, but it completed at 24, P0. And then P1 it arrived at 0 and it completed at 27. Here we are picking up the end interval. And P2 we were telling that it is at 0 and arrived at 30. Then we call it as average turnaround time. So average turnaround time, we mentioned it as 24 plus 28 plus 30, and total number of processes is 3. So that is how we have computed these processes in our earlier version, right? So now coming to this algorithm, so this is what we are going to call it as first come first serve algorithm. So now we are going to write this code like this: hash include stdio.io.h, so string standard input output. So then we were mentioning it is going to have some void main. Then we were mentioning integer. So I is a variable, n represents the total number of processes, sum to compute this 0 plus 24 plus 27. Then wt, we are going to mention it as waiting time. TAT, we are going to assume it as total turnaround time. Total turnaround time. TWT, we are going to mention it as total waiting time, total turnaround time, so TTAT, and similarly average waiting time, we mentioned it as AWT, and average turnaround time, we mentioned it as ATAT. Got it? So these are the variable notations what we are going to use in this program. So AWT stands for average waiting time, ATAT stands for average turnaround time. So what is average turnaround time? I can say that it is 24 plus 28 plus 30 by 3. Then what is AWT, average waiting time? It is 0 plus 24 plus 27 divided by 3. So that is how we are going to take it up this program. So we have 0 plus 24 plus 23 followed by 24 plus 28 plus 30. So that is how we are going to assume the answer, right? Now we are going to then we are going to say this total processes. So total process, we are going to assume it as a T of total 10, that is 10, it is going to be declared as an array. So after that what we are going to assume it is, we are going to assume the total number of processes. So total number of, so enter the total number of processes. So at this case I can say total number of processes 3. Then we are going to say n is equals to 3 here, right? N is equals to 3. So as total number of processes are 3, we are going to assume I have to input the burst times of the process. What is the burst time of process? It can be 24, it can be 3, and it can be 3. So for that we are going to input this scenario here. So after this then we move to the next part here. We move to the next part here. So at this case, as mentioned, we have taken up the total number of process, then we have taken the burst times, and we have taken up the entered the burst time as 24, 3, and 3. Next comes this. We will show this in this way. So next we are going to assume it. Next we are going to assume it. So printf, it is an algorithm called as first come first serve. Then we are going to assume it is waiting time and turnaround time. So for that we are going to take the value. So we are initializing the total sum as sum is equals to 0. Then we are going to initialize total waiting time as t, and total turnaround time we are going to assume bit to an index that is 0 here. So then it goes like this. So this is the core logic what we are going to anticipate. So this is the core logic what we are going to anticipate, that we are going to take up this we are taking up these values I is equals to 1, I less than total number of processes 3, and up to I plus plus. Then we are going to take up sum is equals to sum plus the first process, that is P0, P1, and P2 here. So we are going to take up the first process, and we are going to assign it to the waiting time. So we are going to assign P0 is equals to some 0 minus 0, right? So for that we are going to assign this, and total average time. First of all, we need to compute the average time. So for that we have to compute it as 0 plus 24 plus 27, 0 plus 24 plus 27. So for each and every instance I need to add it out. So for that I am going to compute this sum with each and every instance. So first I am going to take I is equals to 0, then it goes with P0, I is equals to 1, then it picks up the value of P1, then I is equals to 2, then it is going to pick up the value of a P2 process. Then I am going to compute simultaneously the total turnaround time. Okay, so this is initiated to waiting time, this is computing the waiting time, and this it is going to compute the turnaround time. So turnaround time, so this is going to compute the turnaround time. So total turnaround time we are going to assume like this. So then it is going to print the current instance value, that is the index value, followed by the waiting time, followed by the turnaround time. So now what is pending here? The pending it is average waiting time, so average turnaround time. So now average waiting time is pending, and total turnaround time is pending. How it is going to do? It is going to make a typecasting. So why it is going to make a typecasting? Because earlier these are all integer values, right? Earlier we have defined all the terms as integer values. Now you need to convert it into from integer to float. For that we are going to use this typecasting here. So that is 0 plus 24 plus 27 divided by 3. By 3, how we are going to get this 3? 3 we are going to tell it is the total number of processes. So similarly, we are going to compute the average turnaround time here. So we will be getting these values. Got it? So after this, um, we will now look into this REPL. Now the same program I have taken up in this REPL here, the same program I'm going to use this REPL here, and then I'm going to compute the run value. So enter the total number of, I'll just zoom it 1 second. So control plus plus. So now we are going to make a zoom. Yeah. So enter the total number of processes. Total number of processes is 3 here. Enter the burst time of process 1, 27. Enter the burst time of process 2, 3. Enter the burst time of process 3. And again it is 3. So then it has computed this, you can look into this. So first it has taken the first value. So now you can see these values here. So the values are like this. So process ID, that is 1, followed by 0, and followed by turnaround time is 27. Then we have computed the second process 27. Got it? Now you can assume the Gantt chart, right? So in the Gantt chart, what we were mentioning, it is 0 to 27, 0 to 24. Then we mentioned it as 27. Then we mentioned it as 30, right? This one we mentioned it as P0, P1 and P2. So, but I am going to call here as P1, P2 and P3. So these are the 3 processes. So now you can assume that the total turnaround time. So this is this instance, it is going to take up the waiting time, and this 3, 27, 30 and 33, now it is going to assume it as the turnaround time. Any mistake? Are you able to find any mistake? Does it get 3 or 33? Any idea why this is going to end it at 33? Why the turnaround time is 33 here for the process? Have we inputted the same values? I'll just rerun it, okay? Then we will have a discussion. So I will just rerun the process. So enter the total number of process, that is 3 here. Enter the burst time of process, that is process 1, 24. Process 2, we are going to mention it as 3. And process 3, we are going to mention it as 3. Okay, then it is going to compute it as 17 and 27. Yeah, so now this is correct here. We can assume. So we can draw the Gantt chart, right? So this is the Gantt chart we are going to assume. Process begins at 0. P1, it is going to occupy for 24. Then P2, it is going to occupy up to 27. P3, it is going to occupy up to 30. Then how we are going to compute this waiting time? So this part it is going to show for the waiting time, and this part it is going to show for the turnaround time. So turnaround time. So how we are going to compute this waiting time? That is 0 minus 0, 0 minus 0, plus we are going to get it as 24 minus 0 plus 27 minus 0. So we are going to get the average turnaround time by 3. We are going to get it as 17 here. Similarly, we are going to have total turnaround time. So at turnaround time, it takes the end instances. So how we are going to compute the end instances? So end instances. So we will be taking up the that is 24 minus 0, 27 minus 0, and we will be computing 30 minus 0 by 3. That is 24 plus 27 plus 3. So we will be getting the average value as 27. So that is how the first come first serve algorithm is going to execute. Got it? So now what I am going to do it is, so I am going to pause here. Now what I am going to do is, I will share you the URL of my codeshare.io. So I'm going to use this codeshare.io, and then I'm going to put this in the chat box. So now the code what I have explained, it will appear to you. The code what I am going to explain, it will appear for you. That directly you can take the URL, copy paste in the web browser, the entire program will be displayed. Okay, no need to type a single line of a program. Got it? So you no need to type a single line of a program. You take that codeshare.io/296x0v. So you click on that URL, then my code will execute. Then the code what I have supplied to you will be executed. Then what you have to do is, you have to open it in your codeshare.io. Later on, you can open this REPL. Okay, you can open this REPL.it. Then you can execute it, and after executing it, you get the answers. You can verify it. That is first approach. And second thing, we have CodeChef IDE. We are going to have some HackerRank or HackerEarth IDEs. So in any of the IDE, you can execute the program and you can run it. It need not that REPL.fcfs, REPL.it only you should do it. The only advantage of REPL IDE is, both this IDE is having a mixture of both the code and execution part. But as far as this codeshare.io, what it is going to have, you can share only the code. I can't say, you can't find out any bugs are there in the code, etc. That it is not going to happen. So in order to share your code, so for that we will be using this codeshare.io, and whatever code it have been done to execute that, so our code stays, our execution value stays, and you can post it. So now your URL I can see directly. So that is the advantage. I can use it from REPL.id or codeshare.it. Got it? So now I will randomly call a few students. You have to share the screen and show me how this algorithm is going to execute. This is the task for you. Got it? So you have to copy paste this in your laptop, open this 296x0v URL. That directly the entire code what is displaying on my window, the same code will come to you. Now you can use codechef.ide, or you can use some other IDE. So I am using this REPL.it as one of an IDE, and similarly another girls, they suggested me another IDE is there. So you can use an IDE of your choice, and then you can start coding. Got it? So I will give you 2-3 minutes time. You execute it. Then I will randomly ask students to share your screen. Now you have to share me the screen, and I will ask you some questions on it. Then you have to type the values, in 2433, the burst time, the process numbers, etc. Then we will verify it whether you are going to get that correct or not. Got it? So that is the agenda. Now I'm going to pause for 2-3 minutes so that you can copy paste the URL and run the code. Got it? Yeah.